Hey, here's a quick look at my trail pack. So this is a heart mimic of the Milwaukee Packouts. They're about a third of the price. So a couple things, we have U-joints for front and rear. They're different part numbers on my truck, and the clips that are in varying sizes. Some electrical line and fuses, a fusible link, as well as some electrical connectors, more fuses, a relay, and looks like a little bushing made its way in there. Here is a replacement idler pulley. This is a MAF sensor. We have some JB Weld and Quick Steel. Under that, we have removable valve cores. So if I were to rip out a valve stem without taking the tire off, I can go ahead and install one of these. We have a belt. This is a bolt for my alternator, which we'll get to in a second. Cam position sensors and crank sensors in here. 1, 2 SPC ball joints, thermostat, multiple hoses or hose clamps, things like that. These are adapters so that if I were to somehow break a tie rod, I have Heim steering, I would be able to thread this onto a standard Frontier or Titan inner and outer tie rod combination so that I can get myself out of the woods. And I have 2 of those. There's some additional nuts and bolts in there, as well as some zip ties. Over here, some lines that can be used for fluid or transmission fluid, radiator hose, some oil, and I actually carry more up in the deck. Alternator. Now the current alternator that I'm running is actually from a Titan XD, so it's like a factory bolt-in upgrade. The only difference is it uses a different bolt. So that bolt that I had in the container is for this alternator. Here we have some takeoff tie rods, Moog. This one's seen better days, but it would get me home. Here's an inner. Also have some rear brake pads, a bunch of various nuts and bolts, and a little grab bag here. We have a flared brake line, a brake line cutter down here. Here we have a takeoff wheel bearing. It looks nasty, but this thing's actually in pretty good shape. Self-adhering high-pressure tape. So if you were to bust a radiator hose or even a hydraulic line, if you get it clean, you can tightly tape it up with that, and you will be in good shape to limp home. It actually works pretty well. We also have a water pump, and there's some various tools in there as well. Inside the deck drawers, I also have a CV shaft, but that is what I carry when I go out into the woods.